Okay, welcome everybody. I'm just letting a few more people in, so if you just bear with us for one moment. Okay, I think we'll make a start. Okay, so good afternoon and welcome everyone to our Creative Cruising and Silversea presentation. Joining us today, we have Nathan Burke, the National Account Manager for Silversea. So I'll just go through a few quick housekeeping notes. Everyone will be in mute mode for the webinar. If you do have any questions throughout the presentation, please use the chat function, which is located on the bottom of your screen, and we will address all the questions at the end. Okay, I'm going to pass over to Nathan now so we can learn more about Silversea, the 5 packages that Creative Cruising has, and our exclusive client incentive. Thank you, Nathan.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Yeah, as was said, I'm Nathan Burke and I work within the sales team here at Silversea. And yeah, it's great to be here, first of all, if that's the best place to start. There's so many things to be excited about at the moment. The cruise ban has been lifted in Australia and the ships are coming back. And even our friend, the Premier of WA, surprised everybody by announcing the cruise ban was lifting there too. So, you know, it's fantastic. So yeah, you know, since a bit about Silversea, I'll touch on that. I'll touch on the campaign we've got with you, some other fantastic things we have in market for our trade partners at the moment as well. But yeah, look, since our inception in the early 90s, you know, Silversea Cruises, we've been recognised as the gold standard in luxury cruising and acclaimed for both, you know, our legendary European lifestyle and the global reach that we have across so many different destinations. You know, we were founded a long time ago, you know, back in 1994 with 2 purpose-built ships that really did introduce a new class of elite vessels that were designed with more space, fewer guests, with the highest levels of personalised service. Now, I was going to get started with the video, but we literally just tested it before you guys came in, and unfortunately the sound wasn't working, and you got to have the sound. But if you want to have a look at some of our videos anyway, you just have to jump into our YouTube channel and you can see some of the great content there. So let's get straight into it. So, I mean, I'm obviously here to talk to you about Silversea, but I'm obviously also here to talk about the activity that we have in place with Creative Cruising right now. Starting last month, we partnered with Creative Cruising to assist in something that is so important now, and that's activity that is going to start driving customers back through your doors. So there's been a lot of published and market-wide activity that we've been doing out there in market, but we really do try and work with our partners, and with Creative Cruising this time around, we've got some exclusive content there. And the timing, I'm sure you all agree, it couldn't be better. We're seeing trends at the moment that clients are searching and they're booking. They're not just searching from seeing an advertisement. They're not just searching from having something pop up in their emails. They're searching organically because they want to go. Revenue's getting back towards pre-pandemic levels. We're also seeing trends that people are going away longer. We're seeing people spending more. But some of the key things that are important for us here at Silversea is that we are seeing people searching for luxury, and they're searching for smaller ships. We've already seen some destinations come out and say that that for the moment, they're not going to be welcoming larger ships back into their ports. And this is part of the reason why we're seeing the demand for small ship cruising increase. So as I said, this campaign is exclusive for Creative Cruising. And there is no other offer in market like this available. And by that, and to be specific, an offer of a ship bonus shipboard credit that is available on all voyages. You might see some other offers in market, but maybe it will only be available on one voyage, or maybe it's only going to be available on a select few voyages. This is the only one we have in market at the moment where there is a bonus shipboard credit available on all voyages.
Okay. Got that in the background so they think I'm in a meeting.
So available until 30 April. But keep in mind one thing about this, it is available for the first 20 bookings only. But on top of this, there's so much more we can do. There's so much more we can do to assist in driving customers back through your doors. All you have to do is speak to your sales manager to see what is possible with us. There's not much else I can say about this particular slide here. It is a fact. We are the most global cruise line. I always say that when I'm planning my own holiday with my family, that I always want to go somewhere new, somewhere that I haven't been, except for my next family holiday. We're going to Fiji, and I've been there before. But if customers are looking to explore places that they haven't been before, and that their family hasn't been before, or even their friends haven't been, then they don't need look any further than us. And another great thing is every single time a new season has been launched for us, we're adding in new destinations. I mean, take the Mediterranean, for example. I mean, it's our home. It's where we were born, and we've cruised so much there. But even in the last season that was launched, new destinations in the Mediterranean were added. But over 900 destinations we travel to. So in 2008, I mean, our fleet is growing all the time. You know, it was back in 2008 with the debut of the luxury cruise ship Silver Explorer. You know, we introduced expedition cruising, but Silversea style, and it added yet another unique niche to the luxury cruise market, offering these, you know, adventurous voyages to the most remote regions of the planet, but, you know, still enjoying that, you know, the Silversea experience. Since 2008, you know, our fleet has continued to expand. Although now retired, the Silver Discoverer was introduced. Silver Cloud converted in 2007 to an ice class ship. You know, that was there. And then Silver Galapagos, again, another one that has retired. In 2020, our fleet welcomed the beautiful Silver Origin. For anyone who's seen it or maybe even experienced, our first destination-built ship sailing in the Galapagos Islands. And in 2021, Silver Wind converted to become an ice class ship. And just last week, I'm sure many of you would have seen the trade press, Silver Dawn started her maiden voyage. And then coming next year as well, another ship, Silver Nova. Now, Silver Nova is very, very exciting. It will be our first, our most environmentally friendly ship. And, you know, it's going to have so many groundbreaking technological solutions. And it's really going to propel Silversea into a new era of sustainable cruising, which is so important at the moment for all people, and especially many of our guests. Now, when it does come to us, you know, we've got 30 years of experience when it comes to ultra luxury cruising, and we were the pioneers in this area. We were the first fully all-inclusive cruise line, and we're unmatched when it comes to experience in this area. In July 2021, so last year, we became even more all-inclusive. And you may have seen this too and be aware of it, that we introduced private executive transfers that are now standard. So it really does ensure that, you know, the experience for the guest, it starts the moment, I was going to say this starts the moment they step out their front door, but it starts the moment when their door gets knocked on and their chauffeur driver is there to collect their bags and take their bags to the car. Until the moment they walk back through their doors when they get back home. You know, on board each of our ships, it really is an outpost of luxury. It's tailored for comfort with unexpected touches that really do elevate the experience for our guests. You know, we include everything from champagne to sustainable caviar, served 24/7. with dedicated service for the butler, which I'll touch on a little bit, for every suite, not just the higher categories. You know, and I think one of the things that we talk about a lot as a sales team and as a cruise line is that, you know, the resulting experience, it really does enable guests to be truly immersed in their holiday. You know, they can relax and indulge and discover as they do cruise. And some of the best holiday experiences I've had are those ones where, yeah, everything is paid for. You don't have to sit back and you don't have to think about signing those little dockets you get to charge things back into your room. You can really just relax and enjoy the experience. I remember one thing I saw a guest write, and one thing that they said they felt, or that how they summed up the Silversea experience, was that it was exclusive and intimate, and that's how they summarized their journey with us. Now, the suite is obviously important to us as a brand. Ours is one of the highest space per guest ratios of any cruise line, which I mentioned. So every suite is carefully appointed and features an ocean view, and most have private verandas. They're spacious, they're well appointed. And as I mentioned earlier, every suite has a private butler, large marble bathrooms with a separate bath and a separate shower, complete with a living area and a bedroom area, walk-in wardrobes and beautiful bath amenities. And, you know, I emphasize that point on the separate bath and the shower because it is important. You know, many older travelers, they find it hard climbing into and out of a bath and a shower. The veranda suite, it's a beautiful photo, this one. Our veranda suite categories, they're broken into three types: the classic, the superior, and the deluxe. The difference, many of you know, it's basically just where they are located in the ship. You know, the deluxe verandas, for example, just remember those are the ones that are mid-ship. I mentioned the butler. With the highest crew per guest ratio of nearly 1-to-1 and a butler serving every suite, our guests really do enjoy the most personalized service in the industry, and that's a fact. The butler service, you know, I think as Australians, we're pretty easygoing. We don't like a fuss. But to summarize these guys, they're as attentive or as helpful as the guest wants them to be. If you want them to unpack your clothes, they can do that. If you simply want them to make sure that every morning when you wake up, there's a hot coffee there waiting for you, they'll make sure they do that. But they're there to anticipate those needs too. You know, I was at an event a couple of weeks ago, and a client came up to me and just was telling me about her experience and said, you know, one of the great things that happened was, you know, when it was her birthday, they went out to dinner, or it might have been lunch, I can't quite remember, but they came back to their suite and the butler had filled helium balloons and put a birthday cake in there with some candles on there for them. So when they came back, they were able to have that as well. We've got talented chefs from all over the world who really do create wonderful and inventive menus with fresh local ingredients. We offer up to 8 dining choices on our larger ships, and they're all, of course, different. You can see here on the screen, La Dame, Silversea's signature French restaurant. It really is the amazing fine dining. It features rich and wonderful flavors of France. You know, these wonderful authentic recipes. Just keep in mind with this particular one, though, there is a US $60 surcharge for that. La Terrazza, you know, your distinctive heritage, Italian heritage, our distinctive Italian heritage really comes to life here. Authentic recipes, wonderful ingredients. It's a really great place to eat. Then we've got the grill, and this is famous because it features the lava stone cooking. So this volcanic rock, it's heated to this temperature of 400 degrees and put on your table out on the deck there. And it invites guests to cook their food in front of themselves. So whether you want a nice piece of beef, chicken, seafood, prawns, whatever it might be, you can cook it to your liking at your table. So it really is a nice dining experience and creates a great atmosphere for the guests and whoever they may be dining with. Kasiki, daytime menus, your sushi, your sashimi during the day, and then the evenings, all it comes to life with those wonderful taste and traditions of Japanese dining. And there's a $40 US charge for that one as well. Atlantide, bar and grill. That's what this one is. The best that the sea has to offer. Designer dishes such as royal crab, blue lobster, again, a really great atmosphere in there. Silver Note, small tapas-style dishes. And a lot of our guests, this is one of their favorite places to eat. There's so much variety there, and there's great entertainment, jazz and blues being played while guests dine there. And then we also have the Italian pizzeria as well. So, think the streets in Naples that are renowned for pizzerias and things like that. That's the type of experience there. Now, the last one I want to touch on is salt. Unfortunately, again, I had another video on this, but it wasn't quite working. So I'll take you through it. SALT stands for Sea and Land Taste, and is a new opportunity for guests to experience on the Silver Moon and the Silver Dawn. The brainchild of this and the concept was built because as a brand, we believe that some of the best memories of traveling are linked to food. Food helps us connect to a destination. I can tell you about some of the experiences I've been on when I've traveled. I remember traveling through Milan, and I remember speaking to the hotel concierge. It was a famille many years ago that I took. And I said, look, I just need a really nice restaurant. And he pointed me, to this quiet little street, this hole in the wall restaurant. And I still remember this beautiful meal I had there with scallops and this wonderful piece of meat with this gorgonzola cheese sauce smothered over it. It was amazing. I remember, walking through the streets of Mauritius and eating some of, the food off the street from the carts, wonderful curries and so on. Some of my other amazing experiences, custard buns off the street in Shanghai, traveling through France and enjoying, escargot. It wasn't a great experience when my 7-year-old was next to me crying because he didn't want me to eat snails. But this is what we're talking about, that concept that connects people to a destination. The other thing with salt too, it doesn't just stop in a restaurant, which is it goes beyond that. We have selected shore excursions which benefit from culinary focus. You can imagine yourself being guided by a local food and wine expert to a local winery where you learn about the finest locally produced products. We've got this concept too of the Salt Lab. So you can imagine being on this guided shore experience, going to a local market, sourcing food and different produce, and then bringing it back into the Salt Lab. Now, this is an interactive cooking laboratory that allows guests to get a hands-on experience of the local recipes in a professional kitchen with a professional chef. You take those ingredients and you cook a beautiful meal. And then we've also got the Salt Bar and Kitchen, where there is just an array of international food dishes and drinks that a key thing here are inspired by the destination. So don't just expect the menu of drinks at the Salt Bar and menu of food served in the Salt Kitchen to change by country. Expect it to change in each port. So this is a great thing, and salt, it really is for the lovers of food. And as I said, you can experience through food how when you sail with Silversea, it really does help you connect to that destination and create lasting memories. This is something brand new too. Otium is new to the Silver Dawn and the Silver Moon. And to summarize, Otium is an ancient Roman culture, and it was unique leisure time in which the elite caste they would pursue their preferred activities to nurture their mind and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. The introduction of OTM, it's a new concept. And for us, it's just about creating unprecedented moments of comfort, to enjoy unique experiences of wellness and relaxation and indulgence while on board, through treatments that are designed by experts. But we're not just talking about enjoying things in the spa. We're talking about experiences in the spa, in the suite, and many, many other venues while on board. So we have our spa experience. Treatments in the spa. I mean, you know, for anyone who's done one before, I mean, sometimes they're generally handed like individual transactions, and needs are rarely anticipated. And look, guests tend to get what they expect based on whatever they've chosen from the brochure. Or whatever they've seen in a website description. But approaching OTM instead, we've made it about commencing a journey made up of multiple touch points through the experience, which can often be unprompted and unexpected. We've got our salon services as well, including hairstyling, manicures, pedicures, all available on board a beautiful luxury ship for men and women. And then we've got the state-of-the-art gym equipment as well, free weights, specialty classes, and the fitness centers. I mean, it's elite design with great programs that are specifically created for different guest needs. So talking about those different experiences, we touched on the spa experience. We've also got the sleep experience as well, where we've tailored this to create just a better night's sleep for our guests. So beautiful mattresses, luxurious mattresses, and these, you know, the particular mattress that we've chosen. I mean, these retail for over $5,000. So they're a top of the range product with a 400 pocket spring system, which really does enhance that sleep experience for the guest. We also have the 9 pillow menu and some of the best linen available that is sourced from Italy. So the spa experience, the sleeping experience. We also have the bath experience on board as well. So, you know, a luxurious bath, it's one of the icons of indulgence back in Roman culture. And we've designed a new multi-sensorial experience through enhanced amenities and services that allow people to relax in their bath. So, you know, one of my colleagues is overseas cruising at the moment, and she sent us a message and pointed out that she went to dinner and asked her butler to fill the bath for one of the bath experiences, and she came back from dinner. It was all ready to go with some candles in the room. The bath filled up, and you know, she relaxed with a nice glass of champagne and then went to bed after that. So then on top of that, we also have our comfort food experience. A comfort food menu with new ice creams and hot chocolate menus, and, you know, highly selective beverages and cocktails. We've got a new OTM movie experience. So if guests want to relax in their suite and put on a movie, they can call their butler and have popcorn and different sweets delivered to their room as well. And the last one is the balcony experience. And, you know, although balconies have become a feature on most suites, there's very little focus that is placed on how to enhance that private outdoor experience. With OTM, we tailored some services particularly to enhance that for guests. So 2 that we created, one is called Under the Sun and the other is called Baby It's Cold Outside. So you can imagine what they are. If you're sailing somewhere, perhaps the Mediterranean in summer, and you want to do the Under the Sun, you know, you get some, you know, beautiful cocktails or some caviar or whatever it might be delivered to you. But if it's the, hey, it's cold outside experience, expect, you know, yeah, a hot chocolate, a coffee, maybe some fondant chocolate or something like that. And, some plush blankets to maybe be delivered to you so you can rug up out on the balcony and just relax as the rest of the world goes by. Now, a couple of other things. We've obviously got some special offers out there in market at the moment. I mentioned to you that one of the trends we are seeing in market at the moment is people wanting to sail for longer. So we've got combination voyages out there at the moment where we are offering additional savings and additional benefits for the guests. So save up to 20% when you combine selected voyages. And we also have a US dollar 1,000 shipboard credit. So that's obviously combinable with the Creative Cruising offer, exclusive offer that we have in place at the moment. We've got the reduced deposits, not so much now, but yeah, look, it probably was needed over the last month. But as guests are becoming more confident, we're seeing less of a need for that reduced deposit now, which is fantastic to see. And we've obviously got flexible booking conditions when it does come to COVID that are all available on our website. And we've got door-to-door savings of on average 25%. Sorry, that's a mistake. That should say port-to-port savings. Port-to-port is our new one, which is still all the all of the all-inclusiveness that you'd expect on board, but it doesn't have the airfare, it doesn't have the executive transfer. So it's a sharper price point for anybody who perhaps wants to use frequent flyer points rather than book their airfares with us. Perhaps they want to see some family before the start of their voyage, so they don't want all of those things pre and post. So that's why we call it our port-to-port product. Another great thing, literally just today, some communication was sent out to the trade, and we'll be in, in some of the trade press about a great incentive that is available as well. We're offering some spots on some different polar famils. All you have to do is sell a minimum 2 of our expedition voyages to be in the draw. If you sell a polar one, you get bonus entries. And so there's 5 spots that are going to be random draws, and there's going to be 5 spots for the highest sellers.
Come up now,
so anybody can earn a spot on this and win a trip valued at almost $20,000 per person. So a fantastic opportunity to be rewarded for selling Silversea. Well, that's it. As I said earlier, we've got this great offer for your customers at the moment. So please give it a push. Get some stuff out to your databases, get people booking again. We've had such a rough time over the last 2 years. I don't think there's been an industry over the last 20 years who's been as affected as much as what travel has been from world events. But there's one thing I always say is that people don't cancel, people just postpone, and they're ready to book, and we've seen it, and I know you're seeing it as well. So keep in mind that deal we've got with you. We've got some other great deals in place at the moment, but yeah, that exclusive great offer available on all voyages, a $400 shipboard credit for booking through Creative Cruising. And the thing that I always say too is that some people wait their entire lives to go on a once in a lifetime trip. And, when you sail with Silversea, it doesn't have to be a once in a lifetime opportunity, because so many people, once they've sailed with us once, they will keep coming back. And I know one guest said to me one day that, they've never experienced anything like Silversea, and they cannot wait to travel with us again. So thank you for joining, everybody. I appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nathan. I'll just quickly recap over our packages that we have at the moment with Silversea. We've got some really fantastic and varied destinations. So we do have Antarctica packages, Norwegian fjords packages, Japan, Morocco and the Med, which just looks absolutely stunning. And we've also got a close to home one for New Zealand as well. So all the packages are on our website under our Air, Land and Sea tab. And for those of you that have our white labels, these will all be visible directly to your end clients on your white label sites as well. I'll just have a look and see if we've got any questions, Nathan.
No worries. And yeah, and on that, I talk about the trends as well. when it comes to, I mean, I'm glad we've got that close to home one that's featured there, because of course, close to home is what we're seeing most of the search results coming back for December and January. Obviously, it makes sense that is trending highest in terms of what customers are searching for. But yeah, then outside of that, I mean, we're seeing some spikes in polar activity. We're seeing some great results coming back for you know, a little bit of activity for even Europe this year, July, August, and so on. But yeah, especially for July, June, well, the European summer next year. Again, some great results we're seeing there as well. So I'm glad we can offer these, feature these great voyages with you.
Fantastic. We do have a question from Teresa. What are your COVID policies in terms of cancellation and amendment?
Yeah, look, the best advice I can give is get on to our website and just search terms and conditions, because I mean, they are quite specific in there. But basically, if somebody is prevented from leaving the country because of COVID, or because maybe someone in their traveling party has caught COVID, or perhaps there's government mandates in there, there's protections there in the way of refunds and future cruise credits. You know, yeah, so if you have to, so that's if there's a government mandate. If you have to cancel because you get COVID, there's protections in place with future cruise credits and refunds. And even when you're on board, let's say, for example, somebody catches COVID on board and they need to get to a hospital, we will arrange for them to be evacuated off the ship at our cost. You know, I used to work for a travel insurance company, and bang, straight away there, you're talking about a $250,000 cost that we are covering. So there's many protections in place there for anything COVID related. So guests truly do have peace of mind when it does come to COVID.
All right, fantastic. Was there any more questions, anyone? Everyone? No, I think that's it. Well, thank you very much, Nathan. It looks absolutely amazing. So everyone get out there and promote Silversea.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining, and thanks for organising, Lara. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you. Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.